My bad, part 2, people.
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds left. So he goes, there was a certain rich man, and he said unto his disciples, there was a certain rich man who was a steward, and the same was accused unto him that he had wasted his goods. So his boss is telling him, you've been wasting my goods, dude, you're gone. You're supposed to be watching my money, you know what I'm saying? But you're wasting it. And he called him and said unto him, how is it that I hear this of thee? Give an account of your stewardship, for you may no longer be steward. Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my... Huh? Oh. Okay. Then the steward said within himself, what shall I do? For my Lord takes away from me the stewardship. I cannot dig to beg. I am ashamed. So he's like, I'm not a worker. I'm a bookkeeper. I'm not a digger. And I can't beg. I'm ashamed. I can't go out there and beg. You know what I'm saying? I'm ashamed. Yeah, you couldn't go to a gas station and beg. Sit at an intersection with a sign. You know what I'm saying? I could never do that.
Seen 5 of those bitches.
Yeah, that's all drugs though. That's not homelessness, that's drugs. Right. Because a lot of them people ain't even homeless. They're liars. Anyway.
Yeah, they just go out to hustle. It's a good hustle.
Yes, yes.
We figured it out.
Get 20, go get
Right.
Get 20, go get You're going to got to wait all day, all week for your check. All right.
Oh, wow.
So he says, I am resolved what to do, that when I am put out of the stewardship, they may receive me into their house. So he's like, I got a plan. I know how I'm going to be taken care of. So he called every one of his Lord's debtors unto him, and he said unto the first, how much do you owe my Lord? And he says, 100 measures of oil. And he said unto him, take your bill, sit down, and write 50. Right? So he says, pay us 50. Change the bill to 50.
Really?
And then he said to another, how much do you owe? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said unto you, take your bill and write 4 score. That's 80. And because the score is 20. And the Lord commended the unjust. All right. Then he said to another, and how much do you owe? And he said, 100 measures of wheat. And he said to him, take your bill and write 4 score. And the Lord commended the unjust steward because he had done wisely. For the children of his world are in their generation wiser than the children of light. Right? Because look, that's what God says. Be wise as serpents, but harmless as doves. Right? So he was doing and what does he say? Always make the wisest choice. When you're about to make a decision, you say to yourself, is this the wisest decision? Is this the wisest choice? Is this where God wants me to do? Right? And he said, I say unto you, make to yourselves friends of the mammon. Who are the mammon? The greedy. Remember I was talking about spirit of mammon? You can't, spirit of mammon, the greedy. So make yourselves friends of the mammons of unrighteousness, that when you fail, they may receive you into everlasting habitation. So they're going to take care of you, even though they're evil and greedy, because you looked out for them. They're going to take care of you. That's why. That's so smart. Most Christians or people that believe the Bible ain't thinking smart like that. Ain't being wise.
Right, they're just sheep.
Yeah. They're just, I'm a Christian.
I do know wrong.
They don't even know why they're a Christian. Dude, you go ask most Christians, like, why, how do you get to heaven? They can't even tell you. The love of God, motherfucker.
Wow.
But only by the love of God do you get to heaven. Nothing you can do. Because they said, nothing you can do to save yourself, because otherwise men would boast. Men would be like, dog, I made it, nigga. On me, baby. See, that's not how you get in. That's why, it was funny too, because, Jesus, he called himself a servant of servants. You know what I'm saying? He came to serve. That's
Be easy on this thing. It doesn't.
I don't come through.
I don't know. It doesn't. It doesn't breathe like this.
Yeah.
It's just like a sound. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's burning and coming up.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
just be light on that one, and
I'll be light together also. But yeah, man, dude.
Because that one's different than even the other ones I had with the white tip, because they had the little slant that came up. You know what I'm saying? That's different. Yeah. That's just.
It's like, did you notice? I didn't tell you what I did with dude. Did that with the guy that moved her stuff? So I said, how much I owe you? I already knew what he wanted. He said, he was gonna say 50, right? So I said, how much I owe you? He said 50. I said, all right. I went like this. I went. took 3 20s off top. And I gave it to him. I said, I'm going to give you 30 now and 20 when we're done.
Fucking being loud. Kevin is
Right? And they're like, and he's like looking at me all confused, like, he didn't know to shake his head, yes or no, you know what I'm saying? And then, I fucking,
He's off today.
and then when we were done, I said, hey, I give him another 20. He's like, he's looking.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And I was like,
What are you gonna do? We're gonna do defense, offense, defense,
Yeah,
offense. That puts us both accountable.
Today?
and I can't say,
Right.
you let up 13 fucking drives, scoring drives.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I said that 10. 10.
$20 a piece or more.
Did you get your truck back yet?
I had my glass jar, I don't know.
I want my fucking vehicle.
After puffing the other ones and then opening up this one again, that motherfucker just
It's strong.
yeah.
Because I was light. I was real light when you start feeling tickling up. You know what I'm
Go take a nap, old man. Old man.
That's fun and just.
Oh, shit.
I'll call you.
Alright.
It'll hit your taxes. I don't understand.
Alright, love you, bye.
How was your visit?
It was good. They're fucking sasses. They're sassy. No, at the facility.
Square one and everything with all your stuff up yet?
No.
Still not off that fucking fatigue. Still
No, you're never gonna leave it alone.
Mm,
Do what they say. You almost got yourself your own place out of this. And then you get like Texas square one.
I just hello.
Yeah. Renzo!
that doesn't
It was funny
happen.
last night, the dude that worked with me, Jesse didn't answer the
Yeah, I'm
phone.
gonna go.
So fucking, I ended up having to walk down 76th Street, get
Alright,
on the
love
bus,
you, bye.
get over to Beloit, and then walk down Beloit home. And then I'm on a bus, he's calling me out. No, dude.
Done.
Who Jesse called you?
Yeah. Yeah, I just gave him $60 for the card. Alright. Fuck you. Hey, you know what, Gina?
What?
Another thing I was gonna say, or what, you know, like for me, even,
What?
or I don't know.
What?
Man, me smoking weed, you know, I can't break myself free of that shit. No matter how hard I try, and I'm not gonna stay doing that shit. You know, I'm not smoking weed forever. Just like I didn't drink forever.
They're two different beasts, in my opinion.
Now just
But
give up
it's the
sex.
same thing in God's eyes.
Kevin, you just gotta give up sex now and then you go to heaven.
Well, yeah, sex outside of marriage, but I'm already going to heaven. But in order to prove that, in order for God to know that we love Him, we have to trust Him. And if you trust
That
Him,
means
then
keep your dick in your pants.
yeah, no shit. I know. Tell me about it. Why do you think I told you it's hard for me to read the Bible
Oh my god, my fucking dad do
or
it.
this book? Why do you think I get choked up? I'm still
Hello?
dealing with my own filth every fucking day.
What do you want, man?
That's what people
I
don't
don't want.
realize.
I don't like being
It's a
bothered.
miracle that we wake up every fucking day. It's a one.
What?
How many days have you waken up in your life? It's your 500 or it's your how many days? Do the math. Tell me what the math is. 40 times
It's
365.
like 10,000 somewhere like that.
Yeah, so this is your 10,132nd chance. And God giving it to you in spite of being a piece of shit.
Alright, man.
You know?
I'm not going to be here much longer. The way
Crazy,
I feel, I've been
man.
free when I woke up. You fucking know.
Well, that's the more reason to read your Bible.
I love you, bye.
I love you too, bud.
Oh my God, he pushed me sideways when I dove forward.
Oh,
Did you see that? A block in the back on the sack. Man.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, dude.
I saw you whiff.
No, you didn't. You didn't see. I started diving forward. Yeah, before that guy, you're saying, right? Before the last
No,
guy?
that whole last
No,
thing,
he just pushed me.
I didn't get to see. I didn't get to
He
see.
just, look at. Dude, like he made me fall, dude. He tricked me. I'm telling you, because I was going, I was straight down. I was pressing square, boom, the dive. And dude fucking took.
It didn't look that way.
I guess maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my fingers are laid on the buttons. Or I'm hitting the edge of the other button. I don't know, man. Nah, man, that's crazy. Dude, I had him.
That's what I was saying. That's what I thought.
I had him right here. Boom, square. Look at I just go flying off sideways, dog. That's nothing I can
The
do.
guy just lays down.
Yeah. I had him, dog. Look at this, America.
He kicks you in the ass when he's down right there, man.
Look, why do I fall sideways? I'm pulling straight down on a joystick. Even if I turn the joystick, I wouldn't fall down. I can't dive. That's what Square does for me now. That's what Square did to me.
He stumbles over.
I'm sorry,
Like a
America.
Harvey roll. What happened is this dude right here, like Bender, jumped into his
In my bubble.
possession. No, jumped into his AI.
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh, you possessed him, yeah.
possessed him.
Yeah, you possessed him. Yeah.
Jumped into him.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh shit!" And threw it.
I mean,
And then right there, jumped out of him. Right there.
Yep.
Jump back
Yeah,
in.
because it's like the movie Ghost.
Right.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, you're right. It's crazy. It's true. There's like a ghost. You know what it is? There's like a ghost AI running right through the bodies.
There's an invisible AI
Yeah.
shadowing,
Everybody
shadowing everybody.
And it could go right through you.
Yeah, and it can
And just like the
affect
tape,
you.
Yep.
Tap you, pull you, pull the ball from there.
Yep. Knock it that way.
While you
Make it volley out of dude's hands. His hands go like this, catch it, and he sticks his hand up in there and volleys it out.
So yeah, we trying to TikTok clip.
You got
I'm
offense. You're an offense.
Oh, I'm offensive?
You're both.
Yeah. What
That was
this?
your defensive play. That was you. They scored a touchdown on
yeah.
you.
They fuck. How did I get the ball? You threw it interception?
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's my off.
Correct.
It look good. So yeah, we trying to
What do we got? Find something. But it's got to be like new shit, like up to date shit. We're trying to inform the people. We're the commentators. You got to provide commentary.
I don't even try to acknowledge that they're there.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. That how you get views by them liking you. Right, America?
Yeah, America.
Tell them we want to engage. We want to engage. That's what a podcast is. You're engaging with your audience.
Oh no. Locked, so I've got to go around. It's raining today. You stay. I'll be right back.
We do that also.
We'll go
We could do that also.
We'll go to the.
That's just another chat.
We'll go to the driving.
Yeah.
We'll golf Pebble Beach.
Except I got to make sure we're post editing on that. There ain't no unfiltered shit on that.
We'll go golf Pebble Beach in our own backyard over there in Franklin.
We're gonna make it look like Pebble Beach.
No, they got a monitor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you golf in this golf course.
Oh, so the whole screen is there?
It's a little, yeah, it's a golf course.
But you could, yeah.
You're
I
at the
know.
first hole, Pebble Beach. You know what I'm saying? It's your shot. You know.
Because that's how they get the winning water shot.
Yeah. I mean, it ain't this big. It ain't obvious.
big. It's
Yeah. Well, the golf course or the drive. If you picture a football field, right? Put nets up.
Yeah.
clean in here.
Put sidelines up, 100, 200 foot fucking, I don't even know.
Yeah, I know. I see them.
It's just like
dude,
that,
I played
bam.
it. Dude, I seen
You know what I'm
it.
saying? It's our driving range. They got low.
We got a hold.
Obviously not necessary.
Yes! Holding on me. Woohoo! You gotta turn that shit off. Gotta fucking turn that shit off. That was fucking retarded. Every time you get a good play, and they hold you, they block you in the back, they do all
Jump
kinds of
on
shit.
ya.
Non-stop.
Jump up on you. You get in your way every route you run. Just, yeah.
They didn't like that play, huh? They're like,
No.
Oh my gosh. All the beers, which I love.
What? There's soda.
All
Yeah,
the
there's soda.
sodas
Yeah,
and
soda.
box water. And
Is that grubby?
that's been really popular lately. Maybe I should add that. So.
Shit, I don't even know what
Two
you
things
fucking
I forgot
happened.
with these guests. I forgot to put the dog towels down. They are on the shelf, but I usually put them on the
All right.
dryer. They had 2 dogs with them, and it rained, so they really couldn't use them. Just kidding, they found it. Okay, that makes me feel better. Other thing, I dumped the dehumidifier, but I forgot to restart it.
I gotta
That
reset
like
it
was
because
a
they
big
got
deal,
it
but I do hate when I forget things. These guys were great. We did message with them a few hiking recommendations, and they grilled. They're one of our first guests that have ever used the grill, but I didn't have steak knives down here, so they asked if they could borrow some.
Ah, it's going the wrong way.
But that's a good mental note that I need to add into our little kitchenette.
Oh,
Obviously,
man,
gonna
for
give them a 5-star
$2,
rating,
that
and then
sucks.
offer them a
Yeah.
discount if they want to come back and stay with us again.
That sucks. Nice. Nice.
This is what I asked for, and this is what I got. This is crazy. For the past few weeks, I've been trying to find something to put in our big dome window because it's on Main Street and literally everyone can see what's inside. Before we had this like Amazon cat tree, and it was okay, but it just kind of looked a little crappy. But one day I was scrolling and I saw these custom cat cribs. This company can literally create anything you send to them. And then this morning while coming home from the gym, I saw this in front of my door. I didn't realize how big it was. I tried my best to pull it in, but it took me a long time because this thing is like 300 pounds. But before we set this thing up, we gotta clean the area, make the world a better place. Now I need to drill in these big pink seats. Wish me luck. I just finished these, but these are way too high, so I gotta go grab my ladder.
Oh my god, why did I do that? Dude, that was, oh my
Now
god,
this thing
dude.
is set up, I think it's time to show the kitties.
That was so dumb. I was supposed to be stored away, dude.
I got a present for you.
They just treat you like they treat me. So.
Nah, that was my
It's gonna
fault.
be the first one
That was
to
all
listen.
my fault.
Buddy, what is it? Ding ding's
It's
going
always
on.
our fault. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna
Coolest
say
cat tree of
that.
all
It's
time.
not always
I was
like
not
our
supposed
kind.
to. I was not supposed to force that ball up there. No fucking way. There's not a chance in hell it was
scared to
being
come outside, so I'm gonna grab her and show her the cat tree. Oh my goodness, sweetie, what do you think about
I got
it?
hit off
This is
from
so
the-
Yeah.
cool. Huge shout
But
out
I
to
just
Custom
know
Cat
because
Cribs
I was
for making this thing
backpedaling.
for me. No joke, one of the coolest things I have ever owned. Definitely go give them a follow.
If anything, I should just lay down and took the sack. Yep.
Yeah.
This is what I asked for, and this is what I got. This is crazy. For the past few weeks, I've been trying to find something to put in our big dome window.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's
what
on
I'm
Main
saying.
Like it's
That's
all in
what,
the
that, yeah,
house.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. After God says, yeah, this thing is like on a whole level. This one particular,
And literally,
you know, even more than I
For
ever
sure,
all
because
the
I've
other
never even
ones.
tasted that.
Yeah, yeah,
I've smelt it,
yeah,
but I haven't tasted it.
yeah. This tastes like nothing but weed.
I'm like, oh, happy.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it up, but I'm gonna play it down here. I haven't done that yet with this one. I don't know if it's possible because it's so tight, but it's like got no airflow.
I think it, like you said, just do it light. And I didn't care. I did it, you know. And actually, I got one of the best hits I've ever had between that two.
Bro. John.
Sure. Thanks. I'm gonna get 2 carrot cakes, 1 strawberry, 1 banana, 3 pecans. Are you guys writing this down, or like, what are we doing? I'm sorry. Could you repeat that again? 2 pecans. Rule number 1: never let the customer see weakness. It's bad for morale. If you don't have the customer's confidence.
That was so retarded.
We got 2 carrots, 3 pecans, 5
America, did you see that retardation? That was retarded.
We're a little behind at half. Okay. Well, the simple fact
kids, if they would make the sponge when they were supposed to, we wouldn't be in this mess. Look, nobody's slacking. What about Tim? What's he doing?
I was trying to sleep before you guys came in.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about it?
Yeah, we should talk. We should really talk. I think we should talk about it.
Do y'all mind if I talk about something first?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, here I go. Have y'all heard that new conspiracy theory about the mob?
No.
No, tell me more. So allegedly, the mob has this perfectly normal bakery where you can walk in and order pies or cakes or whatever. But the whole bakery is just a front so they can distribute their drugs in broad
Duh,
daylight.
that's old news. That's called a bodega. They have like 3 items on a fucking on the shelf.
Stop listening to my videos.
No strain on the back from doing that. Now when it gets a lot heavier, you're gonna have to do a little bit more. But don't lift much. Just do it smaller bits, okay? Little bit, little bit. You can do this. You don't have to do a big pile of those substance. That can lead to a heart attack. You don't want that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumb for having listened to it.
Well, a big Shazam in there, golly, to each of you people. It's a Monday fun day. We're going to have a lot of fun today. I don't do a lot of sports on this channel, but I'm going to make an exception today. Yesterday, the U.S. men's hockey team won the gold. Hughes overtime winner clinches Olympic men's hockey glory for the USA. I'm going to allow it. I thought it was great. Next, this was on February 20th. Justin Trudeau says, "You can't take our country and you can't take our game." Yesterday, the White House posted this. USA. If you never see one before, it's a lot of fun. You send them. I post them. I save my favorite. I got a 3-pack at the end. They're my favorite. I think the penultimate's the actual favorite, but we'll see what y'all say. Let me know down below what you think. To the me. Progressive explains Democrats can be Christians too if they just ignore everything in the Bible. Next, Trump replaces Pam Bondi with broom and a blonde wig. And the country improved. Next, American women's bobsled team comes in last.
I don't know what it is. He's got to get
This was on February 20th. Justin Trudeau says, if you never see one before, it's a lot of fun. You send them. I post them. I save my favorite. I got a 3-pack at the end. They're my favorite. I think the penultimate's the actual favorite, but we'll see what y'all say. Let me know down below what you think. To the me. Progressive explains.
Right here. Can't think of what this guy's name is now. But he fucking. These 2 fucking nut fucks lied.
This is my kind of place.
He's some dude trying to be I don't think he's trying to be a Republican Democrat. But this dude says Jesus is for abortion and shit, and they asked him.
I want some dessert.
That's cute. Get some. Get some! Can't think of his name, but he's a punk kid. There's dude be lying on the Bible. Nasty. Dude, yeah. Dude lying on the Bible. Nasty. I can show you a Joe Rogan episode with him on it. Just fucking. Dude, you did not read the Bible. I don't know. You got that gay lesbian Bible that you got. Because they got one. You know that, right? And they got this. Yeah. And it's they make the New International Religion. Not bad.
Thank you. Be safe out there.
Actually, I'm supposed to go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an
That's why I'm here. I wasn't expecting.
Be Christians too
I
if they
didn't know I
just
had the
ignore
control.
everything in the Bible. Next, Trump replaces Pam Bondi with broom.
It sounds like
and blonde
SpongeBob
wig.
back there.
And the country
What's the
improved.
cleanup crew doing?
Next, American women's bobsled team comes in last after stopping to ask for directions. Yeah, brother. All right, next. Western Youth has 3 choices. Atheistic communism, the hallowed middle ground, or Christian theocracy. Except the middle ground, blocked by climate change protesters. That's pretty clever. I'll allow that as well. Next, How could you be asking about the Epstein files when the McRib is focus on what's important, people? True story. I've never had a McRib. I've never had a
You don't
McRib,
want one.
and I've never had a Big Mac. Neither one. And I know that's wild. Next,
I've got
Joel
that one.
Van Damme in New York City. It's going to get
How about a
kids,
good Santa
ask your
portrait?
grandparents. Next. Good evening, Sharks. Today I'm asking for $300,000 so I can get myself an M134 minigun.
The only thing good about a McRib is the sauce
We'd like
and
the
the
Epstein
fucking
trials. How about
bread.
that? How about that? Can we just get a little Epstein trials? Them. Best I can do is aliens. Best I can do. It's a wild. Is it wild? I say that every Monday. Every Monday I say, what a wild weekend. And yet here we are once again.
There's
Aliens
no
and
such
gold
thing as
medals.
aliens.
Next.
No such thing as aliens, America.
Fail to deliver.
Don't let me lie to you.
Wins on
They're
backlash.
setting you up for a
Fail
false
to
flag.
deliver. We're somewhere in the bottom part of that. Oh, next. Oh, it's so sad. Prince Andrew killed himself next week.
Prince Andrew killed
Marco
himself
Rubio,
next week.
sad, realizing he gets to be the supreme leader of Iran next week.
Yeah.
Sorry, Marco. Next. Hi, I'd like a wake-up call. All right, more people have been shot by trans women than by ICE agents in 2026. Post that to your Facebook page. Next.
Yeah.
Struggling Americans just trying to get across the tracks and bam! Just in, Trump has reportedly announced he's transferring $10 billion from the U.S. government to his Board of Peace per CNN. That was like 10 days ago, and we're already like, they're already rumbling about war. Yeah. Peace, the Board of Peace. I'll watch that delivery. Next. No one, not a single one of us regrets not taking it. Nope, I don't. Pure blood right here.
That's what we need, man. Somebody got to
War
get
is
in
not
there.
meant to be won. It is meant to be continuous. George.
Connect with a private financial advisor at Cyber.com, where money
He's driving.
Nice. 19 seconds left in that. Ball back. I get your first offense is 19 seconds.
Second.
That's good though, because yeah, you get your offense stuck half. You don't ever receive. This is 19 seconds. Better not get a fucking touchdown, Kevin! Kevin! Yeah, I was scared of it.
I knew it for a second there.
There was a clearing if he was on his feet. He's gone.
All right, next. I accidentally swallowed some food coloring. The doctor says I'm okay,
But my
but I
food
feel
says
like I hurt a little
no.
inside. Boo. I actually don't feel that bad. Only one boo today. Actually, I'm kind of just letting it go. I don't have to breathe in or out. Today's fun is brought to you by HiddenHabitHolsters.com. I tell you almost every Monday how solid they are. Hey, carrying everywhere you go is it's a big decision. It really is. And to do that decision, you need some basic
Always
tools.
let him.
You need a really solid belt.
A lot
You
of
also need
times
a
when I'm
holster
getting
that
scored
locks
on,
everything
I
in.
do wish I'm getting
Super important. Plus,
distracted
the
or
way
I'm
the
not
trigger
focused
is covered
or-
up and locked in, and
Like
they got you
that
covered. They really do.
intersection, I
I say
can't
it a lot,
explain what the
but
hell
it's true. It's
I did. I don't
HiddenHabitHolsters.com.
know why I
Check
did
them
that.
out. Let them know
I
I
ran
sent
back
you.
so
But
far, I
as
already
you
knew
make
it.
that big decision for yourself, allow Hidden Habit Holsters to help you along the way.
We get number
Thanks
2
for
up in
every
the
thumbs up. Appreciate y'all having a little fun here on a Monday here in the old Appalachian. Y'all have been so much fun lately. A lot of good comments coming
Next
in.
season,
For the
America.
episodes last week. So thank y'all. Appreciate y'all
So,
for all of that. Hit
30
thumbs up,
episodes
hit
from
yourself
now,
subscribe.
come see us.
Comment
We'll be
comes
winning
in
the
from
Super Bowl.
Bill says,
Ah!
hey, good sir, my
I
wife
did that on
Jennifer and I have
purpose.
been watching you for years. We really appreciate the good-natured
I want
fun
the
and
others.
community you build. Love it. It's Jennifer's birthday
Love it, love
on
it, love it,
Tuesday,
love it, love it.
February 17th. She'd love
We're gonna give
to
you
have a
offense
happy
back
birthday
again.
call out. She likes Candace and loves, and I mean loves the car seat kid. Much appreciated,
Yeah,
brother.
that's-
Thanks. Hey, Phil, thank you. Jennifer, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
oh, yeah,
Get
yeah.
my
Hey,
right back to offense.
hey, car seat kid.
Then I'll go
Jennifer
offense,
says
defense.
she
That's
loves
what
you more
happened
than me.
before. Bullshit. That's what I wanted to say. I was like, I want the offer.
All right, next. Hey, girl, is your dad a pirate?
Bullshit.
I did, yeah.
I know you did that on purpose.
And did it? My dad abandoned the family.
Yeah, right. You may fall back. You may accidentally turn that
5
way.
yards.
Right, you're right. You fell down right. But yeah, you ain't running back.
Not a move. Some of y'all think that's a move. I thought that was fantastic.
I was supposed to go on the
Were you
gap.
doing anything later? I wanted to believe, but then the government said they were real. So now I'm like, I don't know. Like 2 years ago, I was really in. Like I was like, I don't know, like 3% in. And now I'm like 0.3% in. Why? Because the government said so. Next, Catholics be like, time for my sacrificial meal of penance. I'm okay with fish on Friday, even if it's fried. I'm gonna allow that. Oh, the Catholics, fish on Friday. All right, next. When my girlfriend sees I've had just enough drinks to start telling her family who really shot Charlie Kirk. He's right in the pocket.
Smashed him pretty
Next.
good.
Everyone take a deep breath. This was actually on Valentine's Day. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Next, Alabama woman arrested after scheduling Jehovah's Witness to ex-boyfriend's house every 30 minutes for 3 straight days. Birmingham, Alabama. Police say a 23-year-old woman break up
that was the wrong
into
button.
what
I was
authorities
supposed to hit R1. I
described
hit
as a
square.
non-stop spiritual endurance test after allegedly
environment
requesting
doing
repeated
mistakes.
visits from Jehovah's Witness
Oh
to
my
her
God.
ex-boyfriend's home.
Oh my God.
Jeez, it's a long read. You can find it on the Google. Ooh.
Is it my defense?
No, it's my defense.
All right, next.
Right, you
Marco
got 19
Rubio
seconds
realizes he's
defense.
eighth in line.
Yeah,
Hashtag Andrew. Poor Marco Rubio. Next, with Prince Andrew being arrested, do you think we can maybe arrest someone here in America?
I seen R1 open.
No, not so much. Jay Peterman says not so much. Hey, are you not shocked? Man, I'm still paying taxes.
He was gone, dog. That was at least a 20-yard
I've
game.
been busy lately,
25-yard game.
but the Dow's over 50,000 and the McRib is back. Next, Korea. Give a life sentence to a former president for attempting an insurrection. Arrest a member of the royal family for being in the Epstein file. 50,000.
Come on, I was out his ass. I knew he was coming
Comment of
out.
the day. Another one next. Sheila says this. My husband and I love watching you. My husband Jeremy is turning the big 56 on his birthday on the 21st of February. Yesterday. 2 days ago. Could you please send him a birthday shout out to celebrate his day? Thanks and keep up the good work. Sheila, thank you. Jeremy. 2 things. One, get your prostate checked, you old partner. Get it checked. Also, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right, next. Thrift store really putting Elmo through something biblical. Poor guy. He all out there stretched out. Oh, funny. Next,
I chased him. I followed him down the line.
They
this
celebrate
came out in the last week. All Epstein emails before, during, and after 9/11 have been withheld by the U.S. government.
What?
Why would they do
That'd be
that?
fucked up.
That was such an easy touchdown, man. For me, you know? That was not
Got a 3-pack for you to wrap up. Thanks for being a part. Don't forget whatever your favorite one is. Smash that like on the way out.
That'll be the
Your
comeback
subscription
touchdown.
if you don't now. It's all
We have
that
our
helps to
opportunity to
me.
make a comeback
Got a
touchdown.
3-pack. Next, Michael Henry posted this. Sinead O'Connor seeing Pope John Paul II in the Epstein files. Interesting. The penultimate, almost my favorite. Almost, maybe it is. I don't know. Next, also Michael Henry, Prince Andrew was arrested. Bill says.
we have to be mistake free. Those have to be throwaways. The other one, I throw interception the first fucking play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Start you shitty, just like that.
Yeah.
Just like
Otherwise,
that.
we'd be up 7-0 or 14 seconds.
Very nice job, whoever made
Punts,
this.
win punts, runs from some.
There's time to go 4th and 4th, but there's a time to punt. You know, it's 4th and 20, it's time to punt. You know what I'm saying? 4th and 2, you can go for it, but you better get that shit. I get that shit.
I give him.
I'm saying a fourth and 2. I'm saying, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, if you're like either one of us, if we're going for it, we have to get it. I don't care if you go for it, if you better get it. Otherwise, don't go.
Maybe audition once more.
Or you can use Google search to try on new looks.
It's more than an SUV. It's your Chevy Equinox EV going straight on the floats
What the fuck are you listening to?
I don't know what the fuck this is.
The NPCs got their patch update, and suspiciously enough, all of them are coming together to support the Jews. Wait.
What?
Uh-oh, this is getting pretty horrifying, because all of these pro-terrorist leftoids are now anti-terrorist? Well, color me shocked and surprised, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Even AOC has been calling Hamas this entire time, is suddenly flipping her entire script. How could this be happening? We're going to explore all of that today. Even Asmongold was shocked. He was like, yo, I don't get it. All these guys were pro-terrorist a minute ago, and now they're anti-terrorist. All of them at the same time decided to release the same messaging at the same time about how terrorism is bad, while there's an uptick of terrorism in our country. That's pretty interesting and pretty weird. So I'm going to give you the entire deep dive, the likes of which you have never gotten before. All right? It's got to be diabolical. So it all started with this. A nice protest in Queens, New York, under Zoran Mamdani, everyone's favorite radical Islamist communist retard. And they decided to protest, literally chanting that they support Hamas, a United States designated terrorist organization. Alright, say it loud, say it clear, we support Hamas here.
They know the place you take. They know the time it takes for your guys to get to there, what time it takes for them to disrupt your draw. They know how to disrupt your draw, they know how to throw you guys, they know how to possess you guys, they know how to
literally saying that they support United States designated terrorist organizations, but they happen to decide to do this right in front of a Jewish school and a Jewish synagogue. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, they gathered in a Jewish community in front of a Jewish school where they chanted that they support Hamas terrorists in the very charter states that they want to murder all the Jews. Now, you might argue that this is not a very nice thing to do. I personally would definitely be of that surprise, because we literally
They score here. I was trying to hold for field goal. There I got distracted.
To not get back.
I lost
I recently made a video talking about what's going on in New York. They started blasting the Islamic call to prayer at 5 a.m. every morning. They started actually just taking over the streets, taking over Times Square all the time for public prayer. There's been an increase in violence just since 2026 started.
I'm not sure we got to midfield.
Diabolical. But it's not a New York issue. It's honestly a leftism issue. This is another protest that happened also in New York, in a different place, next to a different Jewish school.
No, but I was till 20 minutes. Yeah, I got till like 20.
The same thing.
And then I got intercepted. Right? So how's that? Yeah. I can look. I was way past it. I was way past it because I was about to score. I was on the 20. Sure, because I was past it. Yeah, 2 big ass passes and a bunch of runs. I was way up there.
I remember 2 completions to this guy coming across here. I remember that.
No history, but the Intifada was known as when Palestinian terrorists invaded Israel and started bombing buses and stabbing Jews. That was called the Intifada. There were 2 Intifadas, the first and second Intifada, both done with Palestinian terrorists deciding to swarm the country and kill random Jews. So if there was only one solution, Intifada revolution.
Ain't nobody let me do it. I earned what I earned, and I made the mistakes I made.
We don't want no two-state! Oh, you don't want two states? I thought you guys were fighting for two-state solution the whole time between Israel and the Palestinians. We remember 48! Oh, they just clearly just want one state where they just kill all the Jews. Oh, they just want one single Palestinian state where all the Jews get murdered. Okay. Interesting that they're chanting this in front of a Jewish school. We don't want no two-states! We want all of it! Alright, they don't want two states, they want all of it. And how does that happen? Well, it happens by killing all the Jews. 90% of the Jews in Israel were born in Israel. It's not like they come from somewhere else. And the reality is, they just want to kill all the Jews in Israel. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. All of it! We want all of it! Palestine is our demand! Palestine's not a real country. But anyway, they keep trying to make believe it is. So, anywho, they're doing these gigantic protests. It gets worse. Like, Palestine is our demand! Resistance is justified! So this is just, resistance is justified refers to the October 7th massacre with the mass rape and murder of Jews. This is on the streets of New York in front of Jewish schools. Alright, like, it's actually insane. The people are occupied! So they're radically pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist, pro, I guess, literally, and they're literally chanting this on the streets of New York City. Which, I mean, listen, we all knew was coming. We elected a radical Islamist. No one's surprised. Now, the surprise came when everyone's favorite leftist commentator, Hassan Piker, known for being a terrorist supporter himself, says, as a lesser evil voter, I will once again repeat my harm reductionist credo. Hamas is 1,000 times better than the fascist settler colonial apartheid state. He's referring to Israel, even though actual fascist settler colonial apartheid states are all the Muslim countries. He doesn't want you to know that, but Islam is actually the #1 colonial movement in the history of the world.
Yeah, it looks like
in
you're
fact,
landing
all
a
of the Islamic countries are actually fascist settler colonial apartheid states. Israel, however, is not. It's not any of these things, actually. The real harm happening here is that there's another illegal stolen land sale.
This is literally vertical.
That's
What
right.
the fuck?
Hamas is
You guys
doing
gotta
what
watch.
Hassan Piker.
His hands on his ass.
For the protest,
Now he's up on his, now he's up on his feet.
This makes
Ready,
sense.
ready,
Because
ready,
Hassan
ready to
Piker also
run.
supports
And his hand is in his
terrorism
ass.
support. We know that. He made another tweet.
It's a video
Hamas is
game.
resisting against Israel because they're anti-Semitic is the funniest lie people tell themselves. If Israel was a Christian nation managing the apartheid and ethnic cleansing, there's no apartheid or ethnic cleansing.
Yay,
They
got
still
past the
fight.
50.
You're just mad because people are fighting back at all. So Hassan is right now running defense for Hamas constantly on Twitter. All right, he's not just doing this on his streams like he used to. He's doing this on Twitter openly in front of everyone, saying, "Yo, guys." Yo, Hamas, it has nothing against Jews. It's just because they're oppressed. So this is obviously one of the major lies that the left keeps trying to launder, especially the Islamist left. Now, the thing is, the reason why I'm mentioning this altogether and why I'm doing this video is honestly because it's the American politicians that I want to be targeting here. It really is. You know, I'm American, and I worry a lot about America and the state of our country, and supporting terrorists that very much justify the murder of Jews and Christians and white people as a whole is a very, very worrying thing. Like, this is very clearly driven by this will for the downfall of Western civilization. He openly says it. He's like, yo, I would support if Hamas kills Christians too, which they have. That's pretty great that Hassan is saying it so openly. Really appreciate it. Now, this is insane. So you saying Hamas is resisting against Israel because they're anti-Semitic is a lie. Now, let's look at the Hamas charter. All right, not trying to be controversial or anything. I feel like we need to go to the sources. So this is the actual Hamas charter, literally the covenant of the Islamic resistance movement and the name of the merciful Allah. This is literally part of the Hamas charter. All right, I'll just read you my favorite verse. The day of judgment will not come until Muslims fight the Jews, killing the Jews. When the Jew will hide behind the stones and trees, the stones and tree will say, "Oh Muslims, oh Abdullah, slave of Allah, there is a Jew behind me. Come and kill him." Only the Garkad tree, a certain kind of Jew tree, would not do that because that's the tree of the Jews. The other trees will all tell us where the Jews are hiding so we can kill them. This is the literal quote directly from the charter of Hamas. All right, not even exaggerating. The rest of it is all talking about vanquishing the infidels, destroying and subjugating the people,
I'll
and
make
the land,
game
and the world,
fucking make
united
it.
under Islam and Sharia. That's literally what
I
they
sat
say.
here
But they have a
and fucking
pretty
game for the
straight
rest.
upfront line talking about the Day of Judgment when the Muslims kill the Jews. It's pretty straightforward, actually. In fact, I'll go a step further.
That's what they want you
This
to
big
do, yeah.
lie
Now they're gonna
of Hamas
fucking call
actually
it
not liking Jews is really not so much of a lie. In fact, they really seem to say it a lot. You know, they're terrorists.
Now they're gonna
This dude over here literally says we must attack every Jew on the face of the planet. This is a Hamas guy. You're telling me this is they're anti-Zionist? We must slaughter and kill them, God willing. Enough of being angry. We're ready to explode, and he meant that literally. We want to see knives. They cost 5 shekels.
5 shekels and a chicken.
How much is the Jew's throat worth? 5 shekels?
I did it.
Yeah. All of our people are ready to blow up.
Defense.
There you go. So you get the, whoever scores most gets go first.
We built a new factory of explosive bells. I'm a fool that these people are just rational people fighting for their sovereignty or something. Not people that are literally terrorists.
And
then it won't be fair.
Ball players were all playing.
Someone go fucking kill this fucking Muslim rapist.
Yeah, you get the idea. All right, the Jew's neck is worth 5 shekels.
Muslims are rapists. How about that? Prove me wrong.
Very nice. Very nice. Very cool.
Prove
Love
me
that.
wrong.
It's not like the Holy War and these are radical retards or something that, by the way, are importing into Western countries where you think this is just about the Jews. The Jews are the Saturday people. They're going to go for the Sunday people next. They openly say, they directly say that, you know, Israel is the small Satan and America is the big
That's
Satan.
what I'm saying.
They view America as the ultimate threat, and we're inviting them into our country. All right? Now, to be clear, this is just more evidence that they
But then the
actually
next,
dislike Jews. They
after
actually
that is
dislike
those who
oppression.
hold on to the Bible.
This is a bunch of kids all chanting in the street with Hamas terrorists, chanting with all the kids in the street.
Sure. We might get in, huh?
That way.
I should have done. I still do it now. Yeah.
Khaybar Yahu means kill the Jews. I'm not exaggerating. Khaybar Yahu. Very nice. Love that. Very cool. Love
Very
that.
cool.
Anyway, here's another example of Hamas terrorists not being anti-Semitic. This is one of the most chilling things ever. I'm going to get to all the Democrat
If this don't work, we
politicians
start a
changing
new
their entire
franchise.
story right now as Iran is falling because I'm going to tell you my conspiracy theory later. They can't back Iran anymore. They see that the people are against the entire Islam terrorist. It's a really bad look for them that they keep supporting terrorists and they're literally laundering their reputation in real time. And we won't let them. So anyway, because that's what we are now. We're the media or something. I don't know. CNN will never talk about this, so I guess
You got no place to
start
put
asking
like
for all the background lore and all the context. So this
Good
is
day,
that
America.
Hamas is not anti-Semitic. This is a leaked voicemail from a Hamas terrorist after he murdered a family of Jews.
I'm black and
All
I gotta
right,
stay
he murdered
put
a
back in
family
the
of
corner.
Jews, and then he called his dad. All right, to tell his dad that he killed the Jews. And this was the leaked voice call.
I'm sorry. I gave up on you, baby. You went to a good guy. In a short period of time.
Now it's gonna be great things.
Excuse me?
Like, what kind of monitor is that?
It's a beast, bro. It's like,
Not the kitty shirt.
This is what made my bagel.
Therapy appointment for inner child work at 11.
this was like the motherfucker. This was the grand TVs in this motherfucking day. This is 2000. This is 2000.
Skin safe retinol. Nitrogen is retinol.
Yeah.
Panasonic. HDMI, when HDMI was like an infant. It didn't barely exist.
Found an apartment.
Like, when was HDMI? When did they release HDMI?
Shit, fuck.
Give me another.
Yeah, well,
20 years?
Yeah.
More. Dude, 25, 35 years. Yeah, it's gotta be almost 20, 30 years old. That was bad.
When was HDMI released?
Luckily, she still doesn't know I'm Spider-Man.
So 24 years. 24 years.
This is before HDMI was.
Yeah. Because there's HDMI. Oh, HDMI.
Yeah,
HDMI.
I know, right. Yeah. That's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of like. Yeah.
Dad, I killed him with 10 in my hand. Dad, look at the WhatsApp and see. Open WhatsApp and see how many I killed. I called you on WhatsApp. Dad, I'm in Afghanistan. Dad, I killed 10 of them.
This goes on for 3 minutes. For those of you that are listening just to the audio, not actually watching the visuals, this dude calls his dad super happy and excited, talking about how, Dad, I killed 10 Jews. I killed 10 Jews. I'm calling you on the phone of the Jew woman that I killed. I'm calling you on her phone because I killed her and all of them. I'm sending you pictures on WhatsApp. Look at the WhatsApp pictures, Dad, of the 10 Jews that I just killed with my bare hands. He says, celebrating, and his dad responds, Allahu Akbar. God is so great. I'm so proud of you, my son. Anyway, but I was told that they're not anti-Semitic, actually. Anyway. Very cool. Love that. Anywho, moving on. Now that we've officially finished that, we got to look at what the Democrats are saying, because obviously this is a really bad look for them, because that is who they're supporting on the streets of New York. All right, they're literally on the streets of New York supporting that guy who made that phone call.
No shit.
All right.
We know
So Zoran Mamdani is a retard.
Where am I going? I'm going somewhere?
He has decided that he has to address this. He has to get in front of all this.
What do you think of those protesters? What do you think of those protesters that said we support Hamas here in Queens?
I think that language is wrong. I think that's
the language is wrong. All right, so he got the updated programming. All right, he got the firmware update. All right, the NPC chip in his brain switch. Now he has to be against it. Obviously, the entire genocide narrative fell apart because the Palestinians were obviously not genocided in Gaza. It was proven without a shadow of a doubt that the casualties prove in Gaza that there were Hamas being targeted. Yes, it's an unbelievable tragedy that so many people were killed. And Hamas started a war and lost and used human shields. And still, 85% of the people killed were adult males in Gaza. So again, it completely and utterly, that narrative is debunked. The genocide narrative fell apart. And the war seems to be over, basically. So as it stands right now, and Iran is falling, Iran is the backers of Hamas, Iran is falling, and they're all scrambling, because you can't still be supporting these radical terrorists when you spent the last 2 years laundering their lies to the media. You can't keep doing that. So, anyway, now what they ask him about it, in my opinion, he does support Hamas, as I will prove to you in just a minute, but he said, no, I don't support that language. The language of saying you support Hamas is bad.
language has no place in here.
Brown.
What would you say, sir?
For Henry, are you concerned with alienating any? Danny immediately
That's
decides
all
to
my
take a different
game
question instead. So yeah, so
Great.
the
Thanks,
language
Mom.
has no place here. Is it fell for it again award? Fell for it again award, ladies and gentlemen.
She's sadly mistaken because the
We're
girl
ready.
is
So
not going to
SBC
eat all them
has
grapes.
less than 10,000 likes, but
She
2.7 million views. He is
Man,
getting
that's like if I
murdered.
saved one.
All
If
the
you
terrorists
save one
are voting
life.
for him.
You can't save that grape. You can't save yourself. And you got this thing in my way. Punk.
He was the chosen one. Wait, what? Everyone's losing their mind. Oh my god. Fell for it again award. Hassan Biker losing his mind, crashing out, running defense for Hamas, while his idol, Zoran Mamdani, forced to say that he condemns this. This is so So anyway, this is a clip from Zoran Mamdani.
What did you watch?
2 months ago on Fox News, where they asked him if he condemns Hamas.
Into one that's affordable for each member.
I
absolutely, but do you believe that Hamas
Yeah.
will lay down
She's
their
dragging her
weapons
ass
and
feet
leave the leadership?
because the officer don't until
I
fucking
believe
3.
that any
You know what I'm
future
saying?
here in New York City is
Then
one
she
that we
go,
have to make sure
then she come out, you know, and talk about, oh, it's going off
that we
until
have to ensure
3.
that there's peace. And that is the future that we have to fight for.
No, I'm sure I got my energy like.
Remember my past? I swear to God, my past was over 50, but they called it back to the fucking Holden.
human shield. So like, would you condemn the guys that
So
were
we
literally
hackers?
going in the streets and murdering their own people? They were rounding up
Who do you want?
Palestinians and murdering them in the streets, by the way. Come on. Like, they're really bad.
To lay down their arms and put up your
The worst
Whatever, no, hell no. They're asking anybody. You can do everything to get us the best chance to win the fucking Super Bowl.
New York City is because of Palestine.
Not really, because they haven't got
As shown in
Jacobs
previous
yet.
videos, the number one
But
thing
in the
that
25,
made him
my
run
new
for
game
mayor
that I
of
can't
New
re-download
York
right
is
now.
Did you pick the Bills
Get it
yet?
through your head.
Yeah, we just
Get
did.
it through
Hello,
your head
Josh
that we're being
Allen.
invaded. But anyway, so this dude has no
What are we
opinion.
trying to be, the Ravens?
Hamas and Israel beyond the question of
Ravens
justice
got,
and
don't the
safety,
Ravens got
and the fact that
fucking,
anything has to abide by
they got the
international law.
running
And
back,
that applies to
and-
Yeah,
Hamas.
international law's not real. It's really not.
That applies to Israeli
Where the
military.
fuck
Applies
they
to
got
anyone
fucking,
who
Okay.
Eddie?
It applies. International law just applies.
One last thought on that. You have said that you would arrest Netanyahu if he
Derrick
came to the
Henry.
United States.
Yeah,
You've been
don't
very
they got
outspoken.
Henry?
Not this year, I don't
Anyway,
think.
he has no opinion except for, you know,
Hasn't Derek been over there 2 years?
Anyway, it keeps getting better.
This is 23.
The same New York City mayor that we were talking
So,
about.
oh yeah, they should have.
Oh, yeah. That's fine. They're just not showcasing.
Yeah.
What team was Derek Henry on in 2023?
Titans. That's right. I was like, no.
So he's not over there in 24?
Yeah. He's been there 2 years.
Pro-Hamas riots in New York.
He's a beast mode in it over there.
All right. Not just like contributing, but literally.
They lost the coach of the fucking
And this video was from
Patriots, too.
October 20th, 2023. So this is 2 weeks after the Hamas terror attack. He was already more than happy, calling it a genocide, out virtue signaling each other. It's amazing. It's so sick. And this is Senator Gilbert. It says Hamas is a terrorist organization committed to the murder of Jews. This is anti-Semitism in some place in our city. So all of a sudden, Senator Gilbrand and Zoran Mamdani have the same exact talking points.
Yeah.
Zoran Mamdani condemns the language, and Senator Gilbrand condemns the language. But just 2 years ago, he was leading riots against
That was just
Senator
like a demo.
Gilbrand. Isn't this interesting? Isn't it interesting that now that he is part of the Democrat establishment, they literally just reprogrammed him? He literally just got the patch update, and now he's just falling in line with the random bullshit talking points that they're forcing him to say. Isn't it kind of hilarious and entertaining? Now, this is after an entire campaign that I've covered a lot, so I don't want to go through it all.
Rolled out.
Mamdani saying he supports the change, globalizing the Intifada, and he does not condemn Hamas. Here he is now. Isn't that nice? Isn't that sick? As I said earlier today, chance in support of a terrorist organization in no place in our city. We will continue to ensure New Yorkers' safety, ensuring United City Council to worship as well as their constitutional right to protest. So this is Mamdani condemning slurs at pro-Hamas chants at heated Queens protest. So he has fallen completely in line with the Democrat elite, and the leftoids are losing it. Losing it. You literally rescinded the executive order to protect houses of worship on day one, you absolute retard. You praised the convicted Holy Land 5 terrorists. That's true. Zoran Mamdani did a music video celebrating the Holy Land 5, which are Hamas terrorists. Campaigned with a guy that said America deserves 9/11, repeatedly denigrate our NYPD, and blah, blah, blah. So this dude, it's obvious backtracking, and all these people are frauds, and it's crazy. In fact, another reason why this is happening is because of the massive amounts of
They wanted Florida
Jewish
in
Americans.
2000.
Since 2026 started, there were multiple bomb threats all over the place, as well as tons of graffiti saying kill the Jews and vandalism, as well as Mississippi officials arrested a suspect in charge of arson of a virus in charge at Israel's congregation, a prominent Jackson Jewish house of worship started out KKK back in decades. So here we have the KKK, run by Democrats, the great grandchildren of the KKK, also Democrats, bombing Jewish houses of worship in the United States of America. This just happened yesterday, by the way. This isn't like an ancient story. I could be digging this up forever. The amount of stabbings of Jews and firebombing Jews and just straight up murdering Jews in Washington, D.C., firebombing them in Colorado, strangled, a Jew just got strangled on the subway in New York. So the fact that and Islamophobia is the main issue.
Yeah, that was too.
Even though there has been basically no Muslim hate crimes in America the last year, for example. It's like a completely non-issue. There are more anti-Christian hate crimes than anti-Muslim hate crimes by a wide margin, a massive margin. And this includes after all the propaganda against the Somali Muslims that have been defrauding us, there are still less hate crimes, and it's simply because the left are violent. They're a terrorist. They're a terrorist organization, in my opinion. Zoran Mamdani responds, I'm horrified by this violent act of anti-Semitism in Jackson. Bro, you literally said globalize the Intifada. What are we doing? This is insane. As hatred rears its ugly head across our nation, it is incumbent upon us to reject it in unity and fear. To stand steadfast alongside our Jewish brothers and sisters. Dog, what are we doing? What happened to these guys? They got the patch update, now they're all doing this shit? Bro, then why do you allow Hamas supporters to chant anti-Israel, anti-Semitic statements outside a synagogue in Brooklyn? You support Hamas, globalize the Intifada. Like, people aren't realizing the level of bullshit this man is getting thrown his way. 2.5 million views, 8,000 likes. Holy ratio, Batman. Bro, look at this.
How come they weren't taking him out
5
before?
million views.
When you were throwing
25,000 likes.
4,000
They are
likes.
eating his ass, bro. Just
Different
look at the
game,
quote retweets.
different
Lol,
season.
you
Yeah,
chanted with them and led their
it just
protest.
became a
Bro.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm gonna look up the program right after this.
That's right, man. You're Jewish now if you don't support terrorists, I guess.
we used
Don't
to have
get
a
a warrant.
chance,
That's rough, buddy.
It seems
That's
like-
rough, buddy.
say
We had a
not
good
to say
run.
we don't,
8
but it
days of
seems like
optimism, but we're in the bad
progressive
part
fatigue
because
right
the
there.
Jews got to Zoran Mamdani. F
right
Mamdani, every Palestinian, pro-Palestinian supporter who backed him, and speak out to condemn him. That's right. You all have to speak out to condemn this guy because we have to be supporting the terrorists as much as possible. And it doesn't stop.
There was
It's
something
all
about
of these
practice,
guys.
too.
It's amazing.
Extreme
Holy
practice.
crap. It's awesome. It really is. It's really become
Say
clear that the
something
leftist
about
movement is just pro-terrorist, as I will get to later in
Practice
this
like
video.
when you
Alexandria
practice.
Ocasio-Cortez, another radical leftist, communist, radical, pro-Hamas type retard. Hey, so marching into a predominantly Jewish neighborhood and leading with a chant saying we support Hamas is disgusting and anti-Semitic thing to do. Pretty basic. I mean, I'll be real. It is kind of pretty basic. Like, you literally are supporting a group that directly states that their stated goal is killing all the Jews. It's like, yeah, I suppose that's pretty racist or something. Anyway, 90,000 likes, 30 million views. And once again, they are beating her ass in the quote
ask the phone
retweets.
if you can
AOC
change-
literally went to Columbia encampments where they openly supported Hamas and harassed Jewish students and to myself and thanked them. What's going on? A recent interview with your friend Mahmoud Khalil used the term "we" when referring to Hamas. Right? This is AOC with Mahmoud Khalil. He's a directly pro-Hamas supporter of terrorism. There's no other way to say it. He organized a pro-Hamas rally on October 7th. As the massacre was happening, he was supporting them. And here's her, standing smiling next to him. And they're all just so mad at it. Like, no, shut up, no. AOC, bro. No, my name is AOC. I said weapons to Israel. They turned on her so fast. Oh my god, it's amazing. It's so sick. These people are all embarrassing for a 36-year-old wants the global representative of the U.S. left to still be doing this. Herb Hayes supporting legitimate resistance is bad luck. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, what supports, I guess legitimate resistance is the mass rape and torture and capturing of women. It's also not resistance. It's a fake movement. The entire thing is like a gigantic fraud on top of a fraud. It's just the radical Islamists that are trying to kill us and the radical communists that also want us dead, so they'll just jump on to the boat that's being geared and propelled by the radical Islamists. That's literally what we're doing. And too many people are too dumb to see it, unfortunately, but that's exactly what's eating our country up. Right? This is like five 9/11s for Reddit. Reddit was imploding over this. AOC condemning Hamas, that's crazy. But don't worry, it doesn't stop there. AOC had another banger tweet.
Wake up, you spray tan troll.
What's up?
Nikki, you told me to roast you if you didn't wake up.
Okay, deal's a deal.
I guess that whole beauty sleep thing is a myth.
That's the best you can do.
You look great for a corpse.
Okay, I'm on. Oh boy, I need something in me.
You mean besides lip filler?
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
I found that fancy restaurant you like on Open Table, but wear a bra this time.
You know I can return you, right?
Good thing you're too lazy.
You know me well.
It's more than an SUV. It's your Chevy Equinox with advanced safety features.
So, so now, Look, here's
Well,
the real fatigue.
get a taste for something different.
Do you go to 0 or do you go to 100?
Credit One Bank presents Canceline. She's a credit worker.
The Iranian government's violent crackdown on the demonstrators is horrific and must stop now. All people have the right to protest their government without fear of violence. I support the Iranians taking to the streets to call for a better future. Now, once again, AOC is turning against her violent, pro-radical Islamic fan base because those guys support the Iranian regime. For those of you that need a TLDR on what's going on in Iran, Iran for 46 years was controlled by a dictatorial, fascist Islamic regime where they torture and brutalize people that disagree with them, where they execute people that leave their faith or uncover their hair in public, women. They will torture them and murder them in the streets. Khomeini had a very famous quote where he said, before executing the woman, if she's a virgin, we should rape her first so she doesn't get into heaven. Literally, that's a quote from Khomeini, the guy in charge of Iran. All right? So those guys controlled Iran. The people in Iran are pushing back against this absolute diabolical bullshit. Iran funds all sorts of terrorist organizations like Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, as well as supplying suicide drones to Russia, China, etc. The reality is, what's pretty diabolical and a little bit insane, is the fact that they're collapsing. Iran is actually falling apart right now. And it's falling apart really, really quickly. So, all of a sudden, all the Democrats shift gears, and now all of a sudden, they're anti-radical Islam. They put all their eggs in the basket of radical Islam when Iran was propped up and looking strong and getting nukes and shit. But now that Iran is literally collapsing in front of our eyes, of course they all support the people protesting against the Iranian government. But the thing is, Trump does as well. So here we are, 14,000 likes, 3 million views! They're eating her alive! You were mad at Trump when he killed the IRGC top general who was responsible for killing Iranians and Syrians. Fuck off. It's crazy. All right, this is the history of AOC on Iran, by the way. She condemned Trump for killing the top Iranian regime terrorist, Qasem Soleimani. She condemned Trump for blowing up Iran's nuclear facilities. She co-sponsored legislation to prevent the U.S. military from taking action against Iran. She was one of the only House members to not condemn Iran for attacking Israel. She's opposed to putting sanctions on Iran, a terrorist nation that wants to kill us. And now, of course, she supports the Iranian people's violent revolution against the Iranian regime. What's happening here? It's almost like the call went out, and they're like, yo, we have to stop supporting terrorists. This is getting really scary. Oh my God, this is wild. And it keeps happening in real time. To keep going, the grift doesn't stop. Governor J.B. Pritzker, governor of Illinois, decides to tweet this Shabbat Shalom, Illinois, at also same time as these Hamas protests, these open Hamas protests here on January 9th. You have all the retards showing up to drop the same bullshit constantly. What is going on? Now they're all doing the pro-Jew grift? Like, what happened? What changed? There you have this guy, 2,000 likes, 4.3 million views, bro. They're killing them. Sandy Nurse, a councilwoman from whatever the fuck, Brooklyn council member. All right, we do not support Hamas. This chant outside a synagogue is disgusting and anti-Semitic. All right, etc., blah, blah, blah. What else did Sandy Nurse do? Oh, she stood at the Columbia protest wearing the keffiyeh with the arm reached out into the air. What do you think you're supporting wearing the Palestine keffiyeh shit with your arm sticking out, with your fist in the air? This is a direct support for Hamas. Like, these people are amazing. They're actually insane. They're all flipping. Every single one of them. This is not normal. If you look at what the actual Democrat Party was tweeting over the last day, ever since this Hamas rally, Hamas is a terrorist organization. We don't support terrorists. That's the Attorney General, James. AOC, we don't support Hamas. Chuck Schumer, we don't support Hamas. Governor of New York, Kathy Hochul, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Senator Christian Gillibrand, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Zoran Mamdani, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Senator Jackie Rosen, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Congressman Laura Gilbert, Hamas is a terrorist organization. Linda Lee, for New York City Council, Hamas is a terrorist organization. How did what happened? Did the literal messaging just came out? They all have to switch on a dime because the retards that they were supporting the entire time in Iran are about to die. And so they switch on a dime. They literally backstab their entire terrorist voter base because of it. Now, I know this is getting a little bit heavy. We're going to get into all the fun stuff as we keep going. But I thought this was also important. This is an actual video of Zohran Mamdani's family when they received the news that Zohran Mamdani was actually against Hamas. He condemned the chants, pro-Hamas chants. The language, rather. This is an actual footage of Zohran Mamdani's entire family tree. All right. As you can see, this is the footage of Zohran Mamdani's family tree. There they are. There they are. That's Zohran Mamdani's family. All right, that was a little racist, but it was worth it. Anyway, moving on. Democrats, now that Iran is crumbling, Hamas is a terrorist organization. They just literally changed their opinions. They just changed their opinions like that. It's like, bro, we can't support all the terrorists at the same time. Listen, we're supporting the Venezuelan terrorists and the Mexican terrorists and the Iran terrorists, the Hamas terrorists, the domestic terrorists. Bro, we're having a really hard time here. It's pretty rough. Of course, AG James, Attorney General James, also a day between this. So look at how awesome this is. AG James tweets, Hamas is a terrorist organization. However, she also tweets, for the first time in the state's history, January is officially recognized as Muslim American Heritage Month. Holy fuck. This month and every month we celebrate the invaluable contributions, recognize the rich culture, and honor the traditions of our Muslim community to New York. Dog, the most impactful thing that Muslims did to New York is 9/11. Not trying to be controversial here or anything, but what are we doing, guys? Literally, what are we doing? It's just crazy. Like, we're being conquered in real time. On the one hand, you have, like, insane support for radical Islam. On the other hand, you have the messaging being like, oh, we're against this. Of course, obviously, we're against it. Now, let's look into a couple of really interesting things that happened over the last few days that might have precipitated this response. This is a guy named Christian Soledad, 18, North Carolina. He was arrested after he was busted by authorities for wanting to carry out a New Year's Eve ISIS-inspired attack on Jews and Christians. He is now facing 20 years in prison. All right, this is, by the way, this is all from this year so far, this week, literally. This is a horrific attack on a school bus in New Jersey carrying young children from a Jewish school. A rock the size of a baseball was hurled into the bus, and a New Jersey turnpike, smashing a window, fracturing the skull of an 8-year-old girl. This third grader is undergoing surgery in serious condition. I think that she's better now, thank God. But anyway, radical leftist just throws a baseball-sized rock into a bus, a school bus. All right, so this is Germany. The home of Germany's anti-Semitism commissioner, Andreas Brutner or whatever, was firebombed with his family inside. This is not surprising because Josh Shapiro, leftist, by the way, just not a radical leftist. He was also had his house firebombed in America by pro-Palestine guys. No surprise. Jackson, Mississippi, the city's only synagogue that Israel was set on fire during Shabbat. It burned it down.
How deep is your hole when shit hits the fan?
Trying to drop this like change the narrative now that it's really clear that the whole thing in Gaza was a pretendicide, where they lost the war that they started. They're releasing info. Israel dropped more than 200,000 tons of explosives. That means Israel dropped 100 kilograms of explosives on Gaza for every man, woman, and child. Each Red Dot just
this is all open to us. This is all on X.
They're still trying their best to say this. Now, the reality is, pay attention, 200,000 tons of explosives and only 70,000 were killed. What are we doing?
But you've been on Facebook, right? There's nothing more than Facebook.
So you're telling me that for every 2,800 kilos of explosives, they killed one person? It's almost like Israel was directly targeting non-civilians. So this actually proves against them. Now, Cenk Uygur, radical leftist, another pro-Islam retard, like it's insane that we have to deal with on a daily basis. Score. Unbelievable. To keep you in the loop, this is what the Young Turks, which is this guy, Cenk Uygur's program, has been talking about for the last while. Expose Israel behind the Iran protest? Is the Mossad involved? Spoilers, probably yes, because the Jews do everything. I don't know if you heard the news. Cenk and Hannah slam neocon regime change plot for Iran. Why? Iran is such a good place. They only murder some women there that take their head coverings off in public. Don threatens to attack Iran. Oh, why would he do such a thing? Horrible. Unbelievable. More disturbing details emerge about the U.S. attack on Iran. Oh, no. Iran is obviously to the good guys here. Yes, the radical Islamists that took over the country and massacred the people, including, by the way, they literally mowed down 4,000 protesters yesterday. They came out with machine guns and opened fire on protesters. They're releasing kill squads to straight up murder protesters in public in Iran right now. I just made a video on that last night. But the point that I'm trying to make is now that the tide is shifting and everyone's pro-Iran,
Yeah, I
because
ain't seen
you
anyone
literally
yet,
can't be against the
No,
Iranian
really,
people.
no.
Like, they're Iranian people. They've been subjugated and tortured for 46 years by a terrorist regime that got absolutely obliterated in war. And now he has to be pro the people. Of course I'm with the people of Iran. I would love a democracy there. No, you wouldn't. If we attacked Iran, it would be counterproductive to that cause. What? Wait. What are you saying? Hello? It would be counterproductive for the people of Iran if we took out the people in Iran that are massacring the people in Iran. Does this make any sense to you at all? So let's get this straight. You have a relatively unarmed population in Iran because obviously the radical Islamists took all their weapons because they didn't want a revolution. Right? So you have an unarmed populace controlled by a radical terrorist government that has weapons. All right. Now, what he is saying is that actually we should not in any way help the Iranian unarmed people fight back against the very armed terrorist that is openly killing them in the streets. 4,000 people killed in a day yesterday. Just in protest, just being mowed down. So, again, of course, it would be counterproductive to free Iran if we take out the people that are murdering the Iranians. Let's make it make sense. Of course, it's because it's towards radical Islam. It would make people rally around the flag, make protesters look like outsiders instead of evil boys. People in Iran are releasing videos as much as they can because Iran government shut off the internet so they could do their massacres in silence. But they release tons of videos begging the United States for assistance. So you're telling me, don't listen to the Iranians that are begging the United States for help. You should actually listen to me. I'm a fat Muslim retard in America that promotes leftism. And we shouldn't actually help them because it would be better for them if they did it themselves. Let the uprising handle their own business. That's right. Let's let them do it. In fact, they outnumber the Islamic regime. It's true they don't have weapons. They'll probably lose tens of thousands of people. But fuck that. We don't care. Why should we get involved? It's because he supports the radical Islamists. This might straight up be the worst tweet of all time, and we all know the exact purpose of it. The purpose of this tweet is because he's not with the people. It's because he's with the radical Islamist occupying government that took over. He's a pro-Hamas guy, so he supports Iran because they fund Hamas. They fund Hezbollah. So he supports all these terrorist organizations, and he'll support the radical Islamists that run the government. But it's such an unpopular sentiment right now, because literally, how the fuck could you support these absolute apeshit retards? So now he has to say he's with the people of Iran. However, what he actually wants is for no one to get involved and let them just die themselves. Let them just kill themselves. Let them all suicide by cop together.
That's
this
crazy.
Is the most unbelievable tweet I think I've ever seen. Because like this dude obviously has like a solid 70 IQ, and he's doing his absolute best to manipulate us, and we're all seeing right through it. It's like, I'm with the people of Iran, and therefore I think we shouldn't help them.
Yeah.
Therefore, because I like them so much, I don't want to stop them from getting murdered in the streets. Yeah, nice. Anyway, this is authentic evidence that Hamas uses civilians as human shields, and as you keep seeing again and again and again. I'm just going to show you this clip because it'll be relevant in a moment. This is what we call epic foreshadowing for the rest of this video. I have an entire narrative that I don't know if you know. I've been working a fuck ton on my videos recently. Like, I really have. And I really appreciate all the support. The subscribers, you guys are super nice. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting. And also feel free to support me on Patreon. All my anti-Islam videos get blasted by YouTube. Super appreciate it. Everything counts. I appreciate it.
They're saying that Trump's obviously going to put somebody in power.
Here you have kids coming out of a crate.
And then it's only about oil and whatever.
He says, pay attention to me, video me. Let him record. Speak, right? Speak, sir. Hamas, may God curse you. So essentially what went down is Hamas decided to put their terrorists among children so that when the Hamas terrorists get bombed, the children would die too. And this is a Palestinian kid in Gaza, and he had family members that were injured or killed, other children that were injured or killed because Hamas used their truck as their hideout so that when they inevitably get killed by Israel, they would have human civilian casualties as well, so that they could say, look at Israel murdering more children. this guy finally was let out of this truck over here, where other Hamas guys were saying, and now he's having the most justified crash out of all time. Hamas, may God curse you, because they literally used him as a human shield. So now, the reason why I brought this up is because, actually, a lot of you might not be aware of this, but the human shield thing, this is a very, very popular Hamas strategy. The enemies of Allah do not know that the Palestinian people developed its methods of death and death-seeking. That's right, we are dealing with a death cult. For the Palestinian people, death has become an industry. Women excel at this, and so do all the people living in the land. The elderly excel at this, so do the mujahideen, those are the soldiers, and the children. This is why they have formed human shields of the women, the children. This isn't like Mossad propaganda, okay? They literally say it themselves. This is Faifi Hamad. He was a senior Hamas official. He literally details how we're so happy to die for the cause. We, of course, want human shields. من النساء والأطفال والشيوخ والمجاهدين ليتحدوا بذلك. In order to challenge the Zionist bombing machine, they're getting as many of their children killed as possible to put pressure on the retards around the world to support terrorists. And it worked. Let's be real, it actually worked. To some extent. Yeah. Also, in Arabic, he doesn't say Zionist there. He says Jews. The translator wrote Zionist, but he said Jews. We desire death like you desire life. Very cool. You're a terrorist death cult. Now, this is pretty awesome. Actually, the reason why I wanted to show that to you is because the Hamas tactics are actually, honestly, they're seeping into Western leftist tactics.